She said she wanted a man who travels.
So I took her on Google Earth. We saw Paris from the couch.
They think they know everything about romance because they watch one Bollywood movie.
And then they expect us to be Shah Rukh Khan.
She removes her nose, eyes, and forehead, then says, natural beauty.
You know, women, they say they want a tall, dark, and handsome man, but then they end up with a short, light, and broke one.
And then they wonder why they're not happy.
Bro, on Instagram, she looked like Beyonce.
Wallahi, in real life, she looked like her uncle.
She has 10,000 followers, but no one follows her advice. She said, you have to choose me or the PlayStation.
Sometimes I miss her, you know?
Remember when they try to tell us how to use the remote? And then they end up calling their son anyway.
She said, take me somewhere fancy. I took her to a car dealership and said, look around, but don't touch anything. They try to manage the house, but then they are also trying to manage you at the same time.
You know, women, they say they want a man who listens. Yes, but when you listen too much, they say you're not man enough. You can't win. They don't listen, these young people. It's like talking to a wall. A wall, you say, a wall at least stands still. These ones, they just drift away. You've watched so many of my videos, even TikTok thinks we're in a relationship. But you still won't follow? Be serious.
He says he was a poet back in the day, but he can't even remember what I asked him 2 minutes ago. Your memory disappeared faster than your hair.
He tells the neighbors he's a man of the house. The only thing he runs is the remote control.
Look at him snoring like he worked a 12-hour shift. All he did today was move from the bed to the couch and argue with BBC Somali. He sneezes so loud, even the neighbors say, Yarhamukallah. Why does it sound like a lion getting evicted? Yeah.
She said her skincare routine is elite. That Vaseline jar has been in her family since the Civil War.
She said she wants a mature man.
I said, I'm emotionally unavailable, financially confused, and sleepy by 9.
She said, I only want 6-figure men.
Sissy still owes $6 on Klarna for her lashes. They say they want a man who cooks and cleans. What's next? They want us to lay the eggs too.
Exactly. And then they'll complain the yolk is too runny.
She said, take me somewhere expensive. I took her to the gas station. Diesel is $7. That's luxury.
She said my shoes were dusty.
I said, Habariyar, these shoes survived the Ogaden War. Respect them.
She said, what do you bring to the table?
I built the whole house, table included. And I brought suqar too. And then she said, is that all you brought? I nearly fell off my camel.
She expected a whole caravan for a cup of tea. She ghosted me because I said, I sleep at 9 p.m.
What do they want? A vampire. You know, women, they say they want a man who listens, but when you listen, they say you're not paying attention.
Exactly. It's a trap.
They think they know everything about romance because they watch one Bollywood movie.
And then they expect us to be Shah Rukh Khan.
She removes her nose, eyes, and forehead, then says, natural beauty.
You know, women, they say they want a man who listens, but when you listen, they say you're not paying attention.
Exactly. It's a trap.